Shalom to everyone. We are learning today Zera Shimshon, Parashat Shmini, Lera Vav. This shiur should bring mercy before Hashem to send Refuah Shelema to all the sick people. And Baruch Hashem, we see a lot of Yeshuot happening. Few people are cured already fully. Others are on the way to get cured fully based on Hashem. And whoever is looking for the zivugim, Hashem should send the proper chatan, kala. Whoever is waiting for a boy, girl, Hashem should send them. Banim zachanim la'odotot barach v'cheni ratzon v'nomar amen. Le'revav Midrash Yalkut, in Yalkut Shimoni it says, Tanya, Seder Havdalot Ketzad, when you make Havdalah on Saturday night. By the way, Gemara says, to know the difference between holy, not holy, Shabbat and weekday, light and darkness, to make the difference between holy and not, you need to have a wisdom. Wisdom, what makes separation between holy things and not holy things. After Shabbat is over, we separate Shabbat day from other 6 weekdays. We separate Shabbat, and that is called Mavdil. Mavdil means to separate. To divide, to separate. Tanya. Seder Havdalot Ketzad. Anybody wants? There are 3-4 books up there. How do we say Havdalah? Hamavdil ben Kodesh lechol. The one who separates between holy and not holy. Ben Od lechoshech. The one who separates between light and darkness. That's already 2 things. One is Kodesh lechol, holy and not holy. Number 2 is light and darkness. Third is Ben Israel la'amim, between Jewish nation and other nations. Ben Yom Hashvi'i le'sheshet yimei ha'ma'aseh, between the 7th day, which is we call Shabbat, and other days that you're allowed to make work, which is weekdays. Ben Tamel Tahor, the one who separates between holy, pure and impure. Ben Maima Elonim Latachtonim, between the waters that's above and below. Ben Kohanim Leviim LeIsraelim, and the one who separates between Kohen, Levi, and Israel. Who is the Kohen? Who works in Beit HaMikdash. Who is Levi? Who helps and supports Kohen. And who is Israel? Israel who supports Kohen and Levi. Right? Kohen is Kohen, Levi is Levi, Israel is Israel. What Kohen has special that nobody has? He goes out to Birkat Kohanim. Kohen goes and blesses. Whoever sees bad dreams and dream is bothering you, Shabbat you're not allowed to fast, what do? You go to Shul and you have Kavanah during Birkat Kohanim. That Birkat Kohanim's power nullify your bad dream. No matter how bad, worst dream ever you saw in your life, takes it away. Birkat Kohanim, very powerful. Leviim, what's special about Leviim? All the Jewish nation did sin on a golden calf, Leviim didn't do. What Israelim? Israelim? They are free to do anything they want. Somebody passed away, they could go to Levaya. There's no problems for them to go into the cemetery. They are not Kohanim. Everyone has his own goals. Everyone has his own standards. Now, there's a style to this Mishnah. What's going on to this Midrash? Signon Midrash Kachu. The style of this Midrash goes like this. It goes by order. Everything fits. We did how many pairs? Like 5, right? Let's see one more time. Ben Or lechoshech, light and darkness. Ben Israel Amim, Jewish nation and other nations. Ben Yom HaShvi L'Shesh Yemei HaMaaseh, between Shabbat and other weekdays. Ben Tameh LaTahor, between pure and impure. Ben Mayim HaElonim LaTachtonim, between above water and below water. And Ben Kohanim Levim V'Yisraelim, between Kohen, Levi and Israel. How many? 6 divisions, and everything fits by order. Let's see how it fits. Signon HaMidrash Kachu. The style of this Midrash goes like this. Hashta the Chazinan Havdalah Ben Kodesh L'Chol. How do we see Havdalah begins? The one who makes difference between holy and ordinary and not holy. Al Korchach. Tzarich liyot gam Havdalah Ben Or L'Choshech. Once there is between holy and not holy, so there should be light and darkness difference. Difference between light and darkness. And the whole midrash goes by order. Look at the beauty of this midrash, guys. It's so beautiful. We'll go step by step right now. You will enjoy. Let's see. Number 1. In the beginning, God made division between holy and not holy. It could be this side, that side, any side. Holy, not holy. 2 things here. Holy, not holy. What is the next step? In the beginning, Hashem said, listen. There's so many people. Some people, they care about themselves, their family, and goes to sleep. Some people care about others. Purim. I want to help people to get Mishlach Manot. Pesach, I want to help people to get Matzah. Shavuot, I want to help people to learn Torah. Rosh Hashanah, I want to help people to make more Teshuvah. Yom Kippur, I want to help with Kaparot, with Teshuvah, give lectures to people that they should come closer to Torah. Sukkot, I want to go bring some wood to people to build a sukkot. Everyone does something. Hashem says, listen, I cannot put you with different people. You deserve some class, you deserve some reward. Status. Some people who don't care about nobody, and you, I cannot put you both in the same group in this world and in the other world. You're doing something, you gotta get benefit for that. Shabbat, weekdays, you wake up early in the morning, you put tefillin, you go to shul. You're doing mitzvot, you gotta get reward for that. You can't just go like this by itself. So Hashem says, there should be a reward system. For tzaddik goals, could be light, could be darkness. For Rasha goals, could be light, could be darkness. Sun was made for one of them, moon was made for second one of them. Holiness for one of them, unholy second. Okay, so now let's go to this beautiful, and now we see the reason why originally was sun and moon created. Just for this reason. Why? Because there's a reward system here. One more time. In the beginning of creation, Hashem right away put the picture of all of us. Nobody's there. The world is not there yet. Hashem puts the video camera and says, aha, there's going to be good people and evil people. So, for good people, I got to give reward. And for evil people, I got to give punishment. Can't just go like this, everybody in the same class. That doesn't make sense then. Why is he doing good then? Why is he waking up to tefillin? Why is he saying Kaddish for his father? And the second guy doesn't say Kaddish for his father. They cannot be able to get the same reward. Why has to be that way? Hashem said, there's 2 worlds. You know why? You know the best example? When you open the Torah, what's the first letter? Letter Bet. Why? If alphabet is Aleph, right? Why in the beginning Torah is a Bet? Hashem says there's 2 worlds. 2 Torahs, 2 worlds. Olam hazeh, olam haba. Don't get fooled. There's only one world. It's not only here everything. There's a second one there. Mishumachi barashte olamot. Therefore Hashem created 2 worlds. L'tzadikim haolam haba. Tzadikim, the world to come. U'l'rashaim haolam hazeh. Rasha enjoys this world. He doesn't do, respects, abuses his parents, abuses Torah, spits on the Torah. He gets rich, he gets good, never gets sick, never gets headache. Everything is good for him. He doesn't want to have kids, he doesn't want to get married, doesn't want to do nothing. He doesn't want to Shabbat, he doesn't want to kashrut, doesn't care about nothing. On Yom Kippur, eats pork. On Pesach, eats bread. Doesn't care. And yet, you see him buy 1 building, 3 buildings, 4 buildings, and you say to yourself, I don't understand. I'm suffering here, growing to get closer to Hashem. I don't know how to pay my rent or mortgage. This guy doesn't know who's Hashem Bichlal. Doesn't even know his address. Never went to shul for 10 years, 20 years. Look at this how it's going. Torah says, don't get mistaken. For Rasha, Hashem gave this world. Baruchim Abayim. For Tzaddik, Hashem gave Olam Haba. V'kiven deike tzadikim u'rashaim al koach tzaddik avdala ben or lechoshech. Because there's tzaddik and Rasha, Hashem says now there should be difference between light and darkness. So now, in order to have, now, what was the first? Holy, not holy. Tzaddik, Rasha. What comes next step? Light and darkness. Now let's go. Kedamrina b'midrash. It says in Midrash, Ra'a she'ena olam ra'u l'ishtamesh le'oro. Hashem says the world is not worthy. You know what Hashem looked at? First 10 generations. Remember from Adam to Noach? You know what people did? They got Hashem angry. Man takes his dog, ties hands together and goes to courthouse. Yeshiva of Shem and ever asking, what are you doing here guys? Oh, we want to do Chuppah Kiddushin. Excuse me? With the dog? He says, yes. Hashem saw that. Hashem said, I will wipe every one of you. If this is how you behave, down case. Down case. Hashem saw that. Hashem said, I don't want my light to be like these people, among these people. That's called Dor Enosh. Generation before the flood. Some say that Torah Mabul. Dor Enosh is generation after the flood. But still these 20 generations, first 20 generations, still Avraham Avinu, they abused the privilege of the world. Hashem said, like this, I will destroy everything. And therefore Hashem takes his light, even in the beginning of creation, after looking at that video, he takes his light, he says, I'm sorry, the world does not deserve this, and put light away. How is that light called? Ora Ganuz. Remember this word is a very big word. Hashem takes that light and he puts it away. Who knows where is Ora Ganuz found today?
Here, this is the Ora Ganuz, he takes it away and then...
Very good. We'll learn something today and we'll learn something new. I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes this could be old for me. I don't get that light inside of my heart. Anyone who will get it, that is the hidden light that Hashem put away. Hashem took Ora Ganuz and he puts inside hiding the Torah books. The only place when you learn and you don't get no side effects is Torah. Anything in the world you learn, there's side effects. Anything you do in the world, side effects. You put money on anything, there's plus, there could be minus. You do something, plus could be minus. The only way Torah, you learn, there's no side effects. Only plus. Why? Because there's a light, Ora Ganuz behind it. The ultimate light that Hashem created for enjoyment of tzaddikim is here.
Rabbi, don't you become either higher or the same like Rasha?
No.
Minus.
Anytime person opens the Torah to learn, automatically Hashem forgives his sins. Automatically. This is how Torah power is strong. Any word you say, letter. You said a letter, Aleph, 613 mitzvot. Bet, 613. Gimel, 613. Dalet, 613. Every second you grow in highness in Torah and you get connected with Hashem. I'll tell you one Chidush. I never knew this story in my life. Today I learned the first time from our walking. Ready? There was Rabbi Moshe walking. You know there's a family Briska Rao we say, right? The original grandfather, he was multi-millionaire in Europe. Fabrics, bridges, what else they had? Anything, you name it. What?
Gold.
Jewelry, anything. Multi-millionaire. One of the biggest. What happened? For some period of time, he lost all his money. Briska Rav's grandfather, Rabbi Chaim Briska's grandfather. He said, what am I going to do now? I had what I had, now I have nothing. He sat, he started learning. He sat and started learning. He became such a big Talmid Chacham. He said, it was worth it for me to lose everything, just for me to open Gemara and be able to learn. Why? Why? Because he felt oraganus. He felt the light. There's a light behind the Torah. That light, there's no money can change that light. This is a real connection, real light to Hashem. Oraganus, the hidden light. Now let's go further. Never.
Oraganus is always there.
Always. Anything you learn. You understand? That light is there. As I told you, doesn't matter who you are, as soon as you open the Torah book to learn, Hashem forgives all your averot. You start learning, you get connected with that light. And you know that light is so powerful, you get one step today, tomorrow you want to get already 2 steps, and then 3 steps. You grow in it. That is the real life. That's the real growth.
I really feel this light.
When you get chidush, say, that's the one.
Oregon.
Let's go. ראה שאין העולם ראוי להשתמש לאורו, עמד וגונזו לצדיקים לעתיד לבוא. Hashem saw that Hashem's light, not everybody deserves to have. Hashem takes that light and hides it. And that's what we call oraganus. וזהו וירא אלוהים את האור כי טוב. And this is what it says in Bereshit. And Hashem saw the light was so good. Which light? The one that he heated. Very good. ויבדל אלוהים בין האור ובין החושך. And Hashem divided light from darkness. Hashem divided light from darkness. וכיוון דאיכא הבדלה בין אור לחושך, since now we got step what? Divide from light from darkness. על כל כך צריך להיות שמש וירח. Because there is light and darkness, now there is a force to put sun and a moon. I will ask you a question today. Why the sun and moon is created? Who can tell me the answer?
For light.
After going through all this now.
For light.
Why Hashem created sun and moon? Who can tell me?
Anything that is spiritual has to be physical.
There should be balance.
Your soul is...
So that when we learn chidush, we should get this light.
So we can have a bright day, so we're going to have a dark day.
No, the sun was created because we should know God's power.
Even if you don't have the hidden light of Oragalus, you'll still have the light of the moon that can bring you there.
You are all right. But I'm looking for the answer I'm looking for.
Only you know that answer.
Guys,
Hashem is trying to tell us.
Hashem put the difference between light and darkness to show there's a reward system. If you're tzaddik, there's a reward for you. If person is rasha, there's no reward for him. Because Hashem divided light from darkness and He put the light for tzaddikim, now He has to show in the world that there is a light and darkness here as well. So what's the light and darkness here? Sun and moon. Why Hashem created sun and moon? To show tzaddik, hello. You see when sun goes down, gets dark, yes. Same thing by tzaddik. When you deserve, there's a reward for you. The Rasha doesn't deserve, there's darkness for him. The darkness is not, the light is not sun, by the way. Sun is darkness.
Yeah, but you could say darkness.
You would think light is sun, right? No, light is darkness. The sun is darkness. The light we're talking about is the moon.
Is everything the opposite?
We'll see it right now.
Why
We'll
is
see it
the
right now.
darkness?
For now, why there is light and moon? Why there is the sun and moon? To show that there is reward and punishment. For who? Between tzaddik and rasha. Tzaddik gets what? Ora, ganuz. Rasha gets what? Nothing. Choshech.
Wouldn't it make sense to say that the tzaddik is the sun and the rasha is the moon?
I would also in the beginning thought so.
Finish.
It's coming here. It's coming. It's coming here. That's right. Let's go further. This shiur took me a while to practice. It's very deep and it's very beautiful. We'll get deeper. And since there is a division between light and darkness. Al kochach tzarich liyot shemesh ve'erech. Therefore Hashem said there should be in the world sun and moon. Keda'amar katuv, it says in the pasuk in Tehillim, lecha yom, av lecha laila. For you is the day, even for you is the night. Mipnei. Why? Shegazar HaKadosh Baruch Hu sheyeh yom v'layla dahainu or v'choshech. Hashem said there should be like between tzaddik and rasha, dark and light. Hashem said there should be light and dark, day and night. Mishum hachi tzarich liyot nami me'or v'shemesh. Therefore we need the luminary of the sun. Now, uksheyesh erech v'shemesh. Yeshev ben Israel le'umot. When there is sun and moon, there is a difference between Jew and a Goy. How do you count your year? How do we count our year? By sun or by moon?
By moon.
Only by moon. We don't count year by sun. American world counts year by sun. They have 365 days. We count by moon. We have 352 days. Right? וכשיש ירח ושמש אין הבדל בין ישראל. I'm sorry, וכשיש ירח ושמש יש הבדל בין ישראל לאומות. Because there's sun and moon, there's difference between Jew and a Goy. כדאמרינן במדרש ילקוט על פסוק ולמשול ביום ובלילה. Hashem said cycle of sun and moon in order that there should be control for the day and for the night. Honestly, between sun and moon, what has control over day and night? Between sun and moon, what has control over day and night? Huh?
Moon.
Moon has control over day and night. Why? Because moon during the day, moon during the night. Sun only during the day.
That's what my science teacher told me.
Guys, you ready? Put your seatbelts on. When a person is tzaddik, he enjoys this world and enjoys the next world. This world, we said what? Darkness. Olam haba is a light. But when a person is rasha, he's only like sun. Only as this world. Person who does no Shabbat, does no Kashrut, doesn't know Yom Kippur, does no Pesach, does no Sukkot, does no nothing. What he has? Only money that he has? Only whatever he has. As soon as he leaves this world, everything goes with him. There's no Olam haba for him.
So
That is like a
what
sun.
happens to his soul?
That's like a rasha.
Rabbi, what happens to his soul?
Moon, huh?
What happens to his soul?
If you guys give me permission to answer, I'll give him the answer. Because I don't like to say sad things. If you give me permission to answer, what happens to soul? I'll tell you. You give me permission or no?
We kind of came from
Yes or no?
Yes.
Some people say no.
Rabbi.
Can I answer?
Yes.
Yes? What happens to the soul? As soon as you open Pirkei Avot, what do you say? Kol Yisrael yesh lahem chelek le'olam haba. Every Jew has a share in the world to come. Stop. That's not true. That's not true. 1 second. That's not true.
But it says Shene
No, every Jew
Yeah,
has.
but does it say Kol Yisrael yesh lahem chelek le'olam haba?
Rabbi, it says every Jew.
Isn't
has,
this? You asking me a question? I'm going to give you the answer. If you're asking me a question, you gotta let me finish. When I finish, if you have after that any question, then you could ask me 2 questions. It says, Kol Yisrael yesh lahem chelek le'olam haba. Every Jew has share in the world to come. But yet it says, Hamalbin pnei chavero barabim en lo chelek le'olam haba. If you get up in public, embarrass your friend, you have no share in the world to come. You just told me I have share in the
It's
world
not
to
the
come.
actions of a Jew to embarrass
The
her.
answer is, if you did embarrass somebody, after 120 years you passed away, you come to Hashem, Hashem says, I'm sorry. Did you embarrass him? Yes.
No.
You lost your share in the world to come. But it says, every Jew has share in the world to come. Therefore, you have to come back to this world again and fix yourself.
Wow.
Comes in this world, suffers again, goes through everything, and then he passes away, then he has share in the world to come. So therefore, when person has share in the world to come, in the end, after how many Gilguls, God knows.
But we don't know as
Till here, is that good?
not till.
You know who says that?
Who said it?
Sefer Rakik Echad. It was new Haggadah Sefer for me, and this year, this is where I got it from. Ragik Echad. He says, beautiful. He says, in the end, every Jew is sharing the world to come. But you tell me, I know Jews, they used to go to KGB and they would speak about Jewish people bad. Yeah, they're Rasha'im. How they sharing the world come? Yes, they'll come to this world as they'll be businessmen, everything good. Another Jew will go and take them to IRS and then cause the problems to them. Then he fixes himself.
Wow.
Or he gets married. Then his wife goes zig, 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 zig. Mother-in-law comes zig, 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 zig. He goes to shul. Rabbi Akiva gives hour and a half shul. Zig, 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 zig. Then he gets Gaon. What did he tell you? Then he goes to Gan Eden afterwards.
But you see, not everybody.
You know, I'll tell you. You think, sometimes you think after the wedding, you say, Hashem, tell me the truth. Did I get married to the right person or not, right? Believe me, you did, and Hashem gave you bracha. You don't know what bad vibe is. Let me tell you what bad vibe is. There was a guy. He was 30 years old. He didn't get married yet. He came to the rabbi and says, I'll give you $1 million. Find me a worst girl that tortures her husband, shreds him. I want to suffer. I want to go to Gan Eden and enjoy. I want to gain up in this world for myself. He says, Rabbi, or else I'm not going to pay you. So, Rabbi started looking. She saw one lady, Ibi. She makes her parents misarubka. He says, woo! That's the one, I got $1 million. So he comes the guy, he says, this is the girl, come. Let's make shidduch. They make shidduch, everything. After a year marriage, the guy tries to see her. She's always good. He will say, give me coffee, 2 coffees. Give me oshpelo, bash, mantu. He says, I don't see nothing bad. He comes to the rabbi and says, Rabbi, give me my $1 million back. I'm having enjoyment here. I want to suffer. I want to gain up. He says, believe me, this lady is not so good. What do you think? He says, no, Rabbi, she's the best. I want to gain up. Rabbi comes, husband comes to the woman. He said, listen, Rabbi says, in your father's house, you were punching your father, mother, you would beat them up, you were worst person ever. Why so good though to your husband? What's going on? She looks at the rabbi and says, Rabbi, you want me to be bad for my husband that he should get Gan Eden, huh? I'm not going to give it to him. Then he found out who was she. She did reverse psychology. She says, what do you think? Because of me you want to have Gan Eden over there? I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to take your Gan Eden myself. She was worse than we were thinking about.
That's good. At
She
the
still
end of the
doesn't
day,
have
that's
Gan
good.
Eden. She disrespected her parents.
She's gonna pass away as a tzaddik.
This is a joke.
It's good too.
It's an April Fool's.
Okay.
Women are more spiritual than men.
Huh?
Women are more spiritual than men.
It's an April
They're more holier. Like, they're more. They don't have to put the fill in. We have to put the fill in. They have to go to shul.
It's not a good
I'll explain you one thing. You are right. But when it comes to derech eretz, when husband respects his wife, Hashem respects him. When wife respects her husband, Hashem respects her. No matter who is more spiritual, they have to respect each other on the same level. If one of them thinks, I'm smarter, who God gave me, I could have done a better choice, the world is not so simple the way we think. It's not so simple. We don't know who is what and where and how. Tell me, I hate talking about it. Last week, this day, that couple knew they'll pass away. Could be she went out with a different guy. She said no to a different guy. That guy was eating himself alive, for example. But I'll tell you one thing. Guys, everything in the world, Hashem calculates. Look at that, say, that could have been with me when I was going out. And it didn't happen. Hashem, thank you. You made me have chuppah, thank you. You made me have children, thank you. Appreciate things. Some people come home, they look at their wives, they say, I could have done better. Wife sometimes does to husband. She's, for example, doctor and is a shoemaker. She says, I could have done better choice. No. Better choice, that person would be end up in the hospital already, or somewhere in the cemetery. Now, what they have now, they have to appreciate. I mean, this is what we say, it should be Leilun Shmat for those 2 holy neshamot. It broke everybody's heart on Pesach. Believe me, when person raising a child just to go under the chuppah of the child and chas v'shalom, it's easy to say, it's easy to imagine, but it's not so easy when it happened to those people. Lo aleinu. Nobody should hear this stuff. But I'll tell you one thing. Hashem gives you something. Thank you. Thank you. Rabbi Akiva had no place to live with his wife. They were about to cry. Winter. They're sitting in the hay house. How do they call hay? Barn. They're sleeping in the barn. Comes Eliyahu and says, my wife having baby. Give me a little bit show. They start laughing. They said, woohoo! There's worse people than us in the world. We thought we're the lowest. The lowest that you cannot get. No, be happy. You have something happy. Thank you, Hashem. When a person is not happy, he's never happy. You think tomorrow, there, how, somehow, we'll be happy. Wrong. Now. What do you have now? This is the world. Now is the life. Now. Im lo achshal ematai. If not now, when? Be happy with what's there now. You come home, you see your wife, you see your child. Give a hug to your child. Thank you, Hashem.
Wow.
You understand piece of Gemara. You could have do 3 pages. That piece. Thank you, Hashem. Now, today, I will see. Tomorrow, I will see sun already different. I say, Hashem, thank you for making a sun. So now I know there's a reward system in the world. There's tzaddik and rasha. Tzaddik gets his reward, rasha gets his reward. Sun and the moon is a big thing in life. And this is what it means. And Hashem created the world and he saw the light was good. And Hashem separated between day, light and darkness. Between light and darkness. Since there is difference between light and darkness, therefore Hashem said there needs to be sun and a moon. מפני שכסד הקדוש ברוך הוא שיום ולילה דהיינו אור וחושך משום הכי צריך להיות נמי מאור ושמש. Therefore needs to be there the light of the sun. וכשיש ערך ושמש, and since now there is sun and moon, יש הבדל בין ישראל לאומות. There is difference between Jew and a goy. Since there is a sun and moon, there is difference between Jew and a goy. How? The Amrin b'Midrash Yalkut. It says in Yalkut Shimoni, al pasuk, v'limshol b'yom u'v'layla, and it will be ruling over the day and night. Derech eretz gadol, moneh legadol, v'katan moneh lekatan. The life of the world is great one ruling over the great one, and small one ruling over the small one. The sun ruling over the daytime, and the moon ruling over the nighttime. Ma chamazo sholetet bayom v'lo balayla. Since the sun rules over the day and not night, kach Esav yesh lo chelek ba'olam hazeh ve'en lo chelek le'olam haba. Sun was compared to Esav, moon was compared to Yaakov. Do you remember the argument of Yaakov and Esav in the stomach? They were dividing every month, right? 1 month for you, 1 month for me. Month of Elul is in the question mark. Why? If Jewish nation will wake up in the mornings and do slichot, belongs to Yaakov. If not, belongs to Esav. If belongs to Esav, then we're all stuck. We cannot do Tshuva and Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. Why? Because we lost month of Elul, right? Same thing, sun and moon was divided. Yaakov Avinu said, moon I'll take. Esav said, sun I'll take. Esav took sun. What sun signifies? Olam hazeh, this world. This is why Goyim, there are very high standards in this world. A Jew symbolizes to the moon, right? We, in this world, we're very small compared to darkness. We have all darkness all the time. But yet, when it comes to Olam Haba, we are the one who lights up the world there. Uma halvana sholet bayom uvalayla. How moon is ruling over day and night. Same Jew has share in the world to come and this world. Jew has this world and he has share in the world to come. V'zeu ben Israel la'amim. And this is what it means. Hashem, you made light and darkness and you made division between Jew and a goy. Guys, you with me or no? If you get bored, tell me. Because there's light and darkness, now there's a difference between Jew and a goy. What's the Jew between and a goy? Goy does everything in this world and gets away with it. No olam haba for the goy. Jew, he could put tefillin, he helps him to get tefillin, he helps him to get tefillin, he helps him to get sukkah, he helps him to get Zera Shimshon books, he gets him Aleph Bet book, he gives him kippahs, he gives him tzitziot, he gives him, we spoke about matzah and so on and so on. Some person does so many mitzvot, he enjoys olam hazeh, and when he goes to Gan Eden, he enjoys olam haba. That is a moon, that is a tzaddik, who is ruling over day and night. He rules over day and night. Because of that, Hashem says, I made difference between Jew and a goy. Jew rules over day and night, goy only during the day olam hazeh. Now we'll go to next step. There's something called Shabbat and something called weekday. Tell me, how do you look at the Shabbat? This is what I'm going to tell you now. It's $1 million shiur. I never said this shiur before in my life. I said it today first time. I saw it first time today. What has power in Shabbat that we make big deal about Shabbat? Tell me. You have to go shul, Shabbat, keep Shabbat. 29 malachot, not allowed to do. No cell phones, no cars, no light, no nothing. Why Shabbat so important? Why? The answer is V'hevdel zeh, the Ben Israel umot, this difference, separation between Jew and a goy, mevi hevdel ben yom hashvi'i l'sheshet yemei ha'maaseh, brings the division between Shabbat, which is called 7th day, then other 6 days. What's the division? The Amrinan Besanedin Perek Zayin, Gemara Sanedin chapter 7 says, the Ben Noach sheshavat mimlacha chayav mita. A goy who keeps Shabbat, you have to kill him. Why? Shabbat is Hashem's wife. Hashem gave that wife to Jewish nation. When goy keeps Shabbat, he's touching your wife. Somebody touches Eshedish, what do you have to do to him? Kill him. Shabbat is our wife. Why is Shabbat so important? Mazal tov. Now I know Shabbat is my. Thank you. I didn't know that. Wow, thank you. What Shabbat does? I'll tell you what. Olam haba, more than that. Shabbat has something no other day of the week will have ever. Let's see what is that. Ve'azaratan zohi mitatan. Okay, it says when you give warning to a goy, that is his death. Ve'levnei Noach en hevdel ben yom hashvi'i l'sheshet yemei ha'maaseh. You take a goy, there's no difference for him Shabbat and other day. He wakes up every day the same day. He goes to work the same way. He makes money. He goes to his bank. He deposits. He goes to park. He drives in a car. There's no difference for him. Therefore, Torah doesn't say Shabbat and Chol by a goy. It says 7th day and 6 days. Why? Because his 7th day is like 6 days. There's no chidush for him. But Atishapit the Daiglom Yom Hashvi'i L'sheshet Yemei Ha'maaseh V'lo Ka'amar Ben Shabbat L'chol. Doesn't say Shabbat L'chol. It says 7 days and 6 days. V'hashta De'ike Chiluk Ben Yom Hashvi'i. And now since there is a difference between the 7th day which is Shabbat, Yesh Evdel Nami Ben Tameh L'Tahor. Since there's a difference between Shabbat and different days, there's a difference between holy and not holy. Shabbat, holy. Other days, not holy. What makes Shabbat holy? Put your seatbelts, wake yourself up, and let's get to this point. The chol minei ruchot. Listen good. The chol minei ruchot atum'ah nitmarin b'Shabbat. Shabbat comes in, it comes in with a big luck. Shabbat comes in, guys, you with me? Shabbat comes in, it comes a big luck of chains. It takes all the tum'ot, all the impurity, and locks them down. During the week, you get different impurities. Hurt us. Shabbat is not going to hurt us. Shabbat comes in, locks everything out. Locks up everything. All the tum'ah, all the harmful things, all the shedim, all the mazikim, all the demons, all the dirt, bad things, harmful things, everything gets locked up for Shabbat. It's closed up. It doesn't have rulership to harm you. Only Shabbat has. The chol min ruchot hatum'ah, all the ruchot hatum'ah, nitmarin b'Shabbat. They are locked up. Nishmarin. Ve'od, damrinam besota. It says in Gemara Sota, Hatara nitla ta'am ha'perot ve'tareach. As soon as Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, the taste of fruit was taken away. The smell of fruit was taken away. Fruits do not taste and the smell is not same. You could cook the whole week chulent. It's not going to give you the same smell and the same taste that it gives on Shabbat. Why? Because anything you do throughout the week, the tum'ah gets involved in it. The tum'ah cooks with it. You want it, you don't want it. And the taste gets hurt by that. The feeling of the enjoyment gets hurt by that. But when you eat chulan on Shabbat, you eat oshsama on Shabbat, it's different smell, it's different taste, it's different look, it's different desire. Why? There's no tum'ah there. There's no tameh. When I was reading this today, I was like, I wanted to beat myself up. I said, so many years I keep Shabbat, I don't know this. Shabbat, anything you do, your prayer, so clear. Tefillot, clear. Food, clear. Walking in the street, you want to walk more, clear. During the week, you don't want to walk 3 blocks. Shabbat, you could walk 20 blocks. Enjoyment of Shabbat, there is no impurity, there is no tum'ah. Ubemasechet Shabbat daf kuf yutet amud aleph. Gemara Shabbat 119a says, Amrinan tavlin echad yesh lanu b'Shabbat shma. One rabbi cooked food. He gave it over to his guest. Guest ate it till 3 days. He didn't want to eat nothing. He says, the whole week kept me this food. What is this? He says, I have something, spices, it's called Shabbat. Why? There's no tum'ah. There's no impurity. The kedusha of Shabbat locks up all the impurities. Therefore, now I understand. When you learn more Torah on Shabbat 1 hour, how many hours considered? 1,000. Why? Nothing to cut off your hours, nothing to harm you. It's all crystal clear. Kol ha-meshamer et ha-Shabbat ne'eneh mimenu. Whoever keeps Shabbat, he enjoys from Shabbat. If person does not keep Shabbat, he brings tumah on himself. He gets harmed by tumah on himself. He mixes on his food tumah. One cell phone I bring on the table, my food is mixed with garbage. One chilul Shabbat I make on the table, done. On the whole Shabbat, on the table, the whole Shabbat. I don't keep Shabbat, I mix tumah. Impurity I mix into the food. Dirt, harmful. ותבלין של שבת ריחו נודף מפני שבו ביום שבטו המזיקין מן העולם. Why Shabbat food like shoots out the smell, enjoyment? Why? Because that day the impurity is gone, it's not there. It's all locked up. It's not there. והטעם שהטהרה נתלה הטעם והריח, and after Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, the pureness, holiness was taken away, the fruits and the smell, מפני שבהיותנו טמאים, because we're still impure. יש כוח לרוח הטומאה לשלוט בעולם. The power of impurity still rules over the world. The force, impurity, force rules over the world. ומעתה שיש הבדל בין שבת לחול במיני תבשיל בריחה וטעמה. And now we know the reason why on Shabbat and the weekday the smell of the food, the taste of the food makes difference. Makes difference. ידענו כמה הבדל יש בין טומאה לטהרה. And we know, of course, how many difference there is between holiness and not holiness. Tum'ah, impurity. Let's say a person goes to Waldbaum's, Key Food, and he buys 10 pounds of meat for $30. And then he goes to Glad Kosher store. He buys 3 pounds for $30. He says to himself, wow, I'm smart. I buy 10 pounds instead of 3 pounds. Lamaiser, after he eats that food, he sees the difference. He thinks wrong. Everything is blocked in his brain. He's thinking who to fight with. There's no menuchat hanefesh. There's no enjoyment in life. He's always missing something. He's always missing happiness. Why? Because you're eating something wrong. That tum'ah blocks his brain out. And there's such a thing called tahara. He buys glad kosher food. Rabbi made proper shlita on it. It was properly salted. It's called glad kosher meat. He has all positive thoughts. He doesn't know how to be happy. He has to make everybody else happy around him. It's different thoughts. His stomach goes good. He knows for sure the animal he eats was not shot on the head. He knows this procedure down here. And there's difference between tum'ah and tahara. He grows back kedusha. He desires Torah. Person who eats not kosher food does not desire Torah. That not kosher food tells him you're the smartest person in the world. Leave it alone. You're smarter than everything. And blocks his brain from Olam Haba. Blocks his brain from Hashem. From mitzvot. She'avadnu b'shvil tum'atenu ta'am ha'perot. Because our impureness will lose the taste on the fruits. You want to give me 10 more minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry if we're getting a little bit too much. But 10 minutes will be done. There's one more secret of the salt left. We spoke about secret of the sun and moon, secret of the Shabbat, now left secret of the salt. Why salt is a big deal? Salt. Now, what's the 6 things we spoke about today in the beginning? Havdalah, you make Havdalah. What's the 6 divisions? We spoke about Mavdil ben Kodesh Lachol, making division, separation between holy and not holy. Ben Or Lechoshech, light and darkness. What's that light and darkness? Sun and moon. What was holy, not holy? What was holy, not holy? Jew and Goyim, I will see that also now. Ben Israel La'amim, Jew and Goyim, 3. Ben Shvi L'Sheshti Me'amase, we spoke about 7th day and the 6 days, which is Shabbat, holiness of Shabbat we spoke about. Ben Tameh L'Tahor, between holy and not holy, and between upper water and lower water. Now, when we come to speak about upper and lower water, there's something deep going on. I would like to do it inside. Please look inside, those who have the pictures. We're starting a new chapter. There's like 10 minutes left. The Kivin Deika Hevdel ben Tameh Tahor. Since there is difference between holy and not holy. Now, what holy? Shabbat. Shabbat food. Shabbat Torah learning. Shabbat thoughts. What's not holy? Weekday food. Weekday work. Weekday running around. Why? Because everything is mixed with Tum'ah. Shabbat, there's no Tum'ah if you keep Shabbat. It's all locked up, right? He feels Kedusha on the food, he feels Kedusha on the Shabbat day, on the Tefillot. Now, this is holy, not holy. Next step is what? Upper water and lower water. We have sky. Above a sky, Gemara Chagiga explains in page 11, 12, there's above the sky, upper water, and there's above the sky, lower water. It doesn't mean lower water that we see here in the land. Doesn't mean that. There's the upper water and the lower water. Let's see the difference between them now. Since there's a difference between holy and not holy, Ika Hevdel ben Maima Elyonim Lamaima Tachtonim. There is difference between upper water and lower water. Shamayim hu kulo makom tahara. Water itself is a pure place, Fish are blessed to be in the water. Tzaddikim that little bit needs fixing in life, they did a lot of mitzvot, but one mitzvah they don't have enough to fix themselves. They come to Gilgul on the water, on the fish. Why? Fish A doesn't need shlita. Tzaddik also did all the life chesed. He doesn't need shlita to go through, and he's always in the pure water, clean water. What tzaddik missing? Take that fish, cook it, say shakol, you eat, neshama goes up. After shakol, what bracha say? Borei nefashot rabot. Hashem creates souls. Why? Because you save that soul. One of the answers of million answers. Okay. Va'aretzu makom chet vetum'ah. Land is a clean, pure place, but the water is a clean, pure place, but the land is a dirt and all the sinning place. והנה קילושו של הקדוש ברוך הוא עולה בין ממים התחתונים בין ממים העליונים. The praise of Hashem goes between the below water and between the above water. כדכתיב, it says מקולות מים רבים, is a great water gathering. ונודע שהמים התחתונים לא פירשו ממים העליונים. And we know when Hashem wanted to separate the above water and below water, they didn't want to separate. The water was crying. Water says, I don't want to go down to the ground. Why? Because that below water, with the rain, it goes down. It happens to be ending up in the land. And water did not want to be in the land. Why? Because land is place of the sins. So now, how do we have salt then? We'll see right now. The water was separating itself with a cry. And with the cry, the water was like a Hashem, like a prison that put it, separated and dragged it down. And Hashem said the water should gather. Here, according to Zera Shimshon, it's not like what the Gemara says. According to Zera Shimshon, the water went down to the ground. So, water went down to the ground, into the place of Tum'ah. Pen lo yuchlu od lekales la'kadosh baruch hu. Water said, we don't want to go down. Why? Maybe, with the dirt of the land, we won't be able to praise Hashem again. Question to you. It says in Pirkei Avot, Archek mishachen ra. Run away from the bad neighbor. Why? Because if you have a bad neighbor, he's going to tell you, why don't you go to shul on Shabbat? Let's go with me to park. Let's go shopping. We'll go to New Jersey. We'll walk around the stores. Why don't you put tefillin? Come on with me. What? Hashem gives you anything? Come on. You make 50,000, you make 50,000 today. Leave it alone. He takes you away from the prayer. Waters. Forget about you person, feeling we have. Waters, we're crying. We don't want to go to the ground. Because ground is a place of the sins. If we go there, we won't be able to praise Hashem anymore. They didn't want to go down. And praise of Hashem only comes from the clean place. Hashem said, water, go down to the oceans. Hashem brought down water to the oceans. And I said, I promise you, you will give taste to the meat. So people should make bracha on the meat with the taste. How water gives taste to the meat? Who can help me? Salt. Water makes salt. Salt gives meat taste. Wouldn't be for salt, water would never go down to the ground. Guys, somebody asked you a question. Why there is salt in the ground? Why there is salt in the world? Who can tell me? What's the answer? Thank you. Hashem made salt in the ground, so water should be. If there would be no story about the salt, we would never have ocean today. Because waters did not want to go down from Shamayim to the land. Because land is a sinning place.
No benefit.
They said, we cannot praise you. Hashem says, I promise you, I'm going to make out of you salt. People will take salt, put on the meat, it will give taste to the meat.
Something else also didn't want to go down, no?
What was that?
I'm not sure. I heard it somewhere.
I'll find out, I don't remember. There was such thing, I have to remember it. And also, Sheyu Kelevim al kol hakorbanot. Hashem said, not only salt will give taste to the meat. It will be brought to every sacrifice. Hashem says in the Torah, Al kol korbancha takriv melach. On every korban that you bring sacrifice, you have to bring salt. Why? Because salt is a connection. Connection. By the way, if you feel something goes wrong in your house, it means there's ayin hara to your house. Zohar says, if you don't want ayin hara to your house, whenever you have salt on the table, never cover the salt. Let salt be uncovered. Any ayin hara will come, it's going to hit on the salt. Anytime. 24/7. Day, night, Shabbat, weekday. Keep the salt open. ועוד, שיהיו כלבים על כל הקורבנות, והוא הברית מלח, האמור בתורה, אז נתלצו. וקשה, איך מפני זה לבד נתלצו לפרוש ממקום העליון? Just because of salt, one wanted to separate from Shamayim, close to Hashem, they want to separate, come down to the world. אלא, לפי שכל פחד שלהם היה, פן יטמאו אף הם כמו הארץ. Water was scared, maybe it's going to be also contaminated with dirt like a land. ויעבדו זכותם לזמר לקדוש ברוך הוא, and they would lose their merit to sing to Hashem. לכן כששמעו שלעולם ימתקו ויתנו טעם בבשר אז פילשו. But when they heard no, they still could continue and praise Hashem, then they went down. שזה להם לאות אמת שלא יטמאו, and that was the real sign for them that they will not get impure. דכשיש הטהרה יש טעם בפירות. דכשיש הטהרה יש טעם בפירות, וזהו דתנין, כל שבים טהור. It says, anytime when there's a pure in the world, pureness, there's a taste in the fruit. If there's no pureness, there's no taste in the fruit. I'll tell you, in Russia we have a little bit more pure than in America. We have a little bit more pureness in Russia than we have in America. Why? Fruits were more tastier.
Why?
Pure, the land.
Organic.
Nah, they would say natural, not natural.
Organic.
If you are pure, during Beit HaMikdash time, if you would bite an apple, it would go all over your face, the juice. It was so tasty. Why? Purity. ועוד, שאדרבה המים מטהרים את הטמאים. But opposite, water not only became to this world because it has chance to get pure, but also it purifies others. Can you imagine if there is no mikveh in New York? All the women in New York would be stuck. Done. Water. That's big miracles to us. And water now could give praise also. So now since we see that praise of Hashem comes out from the holy place. על כוכך צריך לומר שמשמשהו צריכים להיות טהורים. So now we're forced to say all the vessels that serve Hashem, oceans, houses, cars, hearts, tongues, brains, eyes, everything that serve Hashem. Hashem says, keep your mouth clean, keep your body clean, keep your whole yourself holy. Tehorim v'nivdalim mikol tum'ah. Everything should be holy, pure, separated from all impureness. Da kohanim shuluchei derachamana. Like kohanim. Kohen is a messenger of Hashem. Person brings, he does sin, he takes a sacrifice, gives to a Kohen, Kohen brings to Hashem. Who is a Kohen? He's Hashem's messenger. I give it to him as if I give it to Hashem. וכשם שהכהנים הם מובדלים מחמת עבודתם, how Kohen is set aside, he's separated from all the headaches, he's so holy, only thinks about Hashem. כך הלוויים צריכים להיות מובדלים מחמת דוכנם. So same thing, Levim when they sing in Duchan, they have to be very pure and only designated about holiness to Hashem. ואלו אוכלם, תרומה ואלו מעשר. כהנים מתרומה, Levim Maaser v'kulu v'shulchan gavoa zachu, and they all get from the table of Hashem. But what we learn from here, Parashat Shmini talks about eating kosher food. If you eat always kosher food, your words become blessing, your actions become blessing. Once anything you do becomes blessing, there's no harm. As if you take Shabbat with you and you carry the whole week. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen ואמן. רבי חנניה בן הקשה אומר, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל. לפיכך הרבה להם תורה מצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו יגדיל, תורה וידיל קדיש על ישראל. פולנסו. אמן.